Here for a drum roll. It's the moment that everybody has been waiting for, I'm sure, okay? I didn't record last week. It has just been so crazy. But I did want to give you an update on how things have gone. We actually, when all was said and done, um, I think I went and spent like 20 more, 30 more dollars, but it came up to about $85 that we spent this month, total in groceries. So it's been kind of crazy, but I have to say that this month has been amazing. Very amazing. Just to watch how crazy random things happened and how God just provided for groceries for us, even when we were trying to just challenge ourselves to use up what we had. It just seemed like every few days somebody was blessing us with something. It was really weird. um I don't even remember what all we've gotten, but I know that we got groceries from my mom, and another friend of ours moved away last week, and she gave us about 30 or 40 pounds of flour, which was insane because she was moving and she had a big bag that somebody gave her of whole wheat flour, and she's like, "Do you want this?" And I'm sure, of course. And then as well as some of like her condiments and stuff that she had in her fridge because they were moving way across the country. Um, so that was pretty neat. And then just, little things like the free ice cream and everything. Um, it's just been really neat to see God provide. So, um, I just have to say that I really just want to praise God over everything, because I know that we could not have done this without him. And it's been really eye-opening, honestly. I see that we don't need as much as we think that we do. Now, the month had been interesting, snacking on, we did eat really well as far as like having just fresh fruits and vegetables in the house. This last week was a little harder because we were trying to use up those fresh fruits and vegetables so we can leave for our trip tomorrow. And so we wanted to have all of that used up so it didn't go bad, which we do have a few things here, and I may just take some of it with us. Like we have a tomato and some cucumber, which I may take to snack on the road with. And then we do have some potatoes, but those I don't mind them staying here. We have some milk and some almond milk. I might take the almond milk with us because one of my sons will probably need it to drink while we're there, so I might just go ahead and take it with us, or I might leave it here. It might be fine because almond milk tends to last longer. I haven't decided yet, but it's been really good. So I'm going to give you guys the quick tour of what's left after our freezer challenge. And if anybody is coming in, this is the first video you've watched. We have a family of 7. All of my kids are ages 6 and under, so they're all very young. We have WIC benefits, and so my challenge was for us to survive the month on $100 plus just the WIC benefits. And honestly, WIC benefits alone, besides having to purchase meat if you're not vegan, you do have to purchase that if you're not fully vegan, and you may have to purchase more produce because it doesn't provide really enough, but it really made up most of what that we needed. Honestly, we really didn't need to buy a lot. We bought milk. No, we didn't buy milk. We bought almond milk because we don't get that on WIC. And we bought eggs a lot because we go through so many eggs, like dozens and dozens of eggs. So that was the big thing that we bought a lot this month. And then I did buy a ham. But honestly, a lot of our meat we just used out of what was in my freezer. I was really stocked up because the month prior we had gone to a food pantry because we didn't know that whether we were going to have grocery money or not. And then God just provided for our needs, and so we had the food pantry, plus I did go grocery shopping with my normal budget on top of that. So really we had plenty. We had plenty. And I went to this Winco store that they just opened up, and they had like these amazing deals where you get canned goods for like 25 cents a can. That was pretty amazing. I even got a really good deal a few weeks back on eggs at Aldi. I went to Aldi to buy eggs, and they said they were 79 cents a dozen, and when they ring them up, they're 49 cents a dozen. So that was really neat. So actually, no, they're 40 cents, not 49 cents. So they were much, much less than they said. So that was really neat to have that happen as well. So a lot of really, really awesome things have just happened, and it's been amazing. It's actually inspired me to try again next month. I don't know if I want to quite do 200 or 100, but I think I'm going to try 200 since I don't have a freezer stocked of meat. But that is going to be my goal next month, is to use $200 and WIC benefits and see how that goes. So I may continue this blog, and I may continue to video and show you guys how things are going. If you're interested, let me know. If you want to see how next month plays out too, that would be great. Just leave me a comment below and let me know if that's something you're interested in. So let's get to this tour. So I'll start with my spice cabinet, which it pretty much looks exactly the same, because really honestly the only thing we used out of here was coffee creamer, which we completely used up all of the coffee products. We have no cappuccino, we have no coffee creamer, and I have like that much instant coffee. So that's one of my weaknesses, which it has forced me to have healthy coffee with just almond milk and sweetener, and I've been trying to be really good and healthy. So that's forced me to be healthy too, because I don't have it in the house, which I may just keep challenging myself not to. Okay, so here's our canned goods. I did move some of the veggies from up at the top down again, so they do look really plenteous, but we had used a lot, and I moved some down because I'm in the process of trying to move all of our extra stock down, just so it's not way up there. But we do have a huge stockpile of green beans, corn, tomato sauce, because those were the ones that we got at Winco that were 25 cents a can, and then the tomato sauce was like 15 cents. So I stocked up on it while I was there because it was like a ridiculously cheap price. So this shelf, of course, we have this is like miscellaneous condiments. We still have tons of ketchup left, because that was one that we got ketchup for 25 cents at Winco the month before. And we still have a good stockpile of oats. I do buy old-fashioned oats, but we get these, this is ground up oats, but those instant oats we get on WIC. I still have a stockpile up there of noodles, which sometimes my mom will give me noodles. She gave me a bunch, and I get whole wheat noodles on WIC as well. I get brown rice on WIC, which I have a stockpile of that. A stockpile of regular rice, because sometimes my mom will give me that, or I'll buy it. Potato flakes, I have a bunch of that. Random breadcrumbs. So yeah, that's still going really strong there, as far as that non-perishable. Oh, oh, this was also given to me. That's kind of neat. Somebody left it at our church nursery desk, which when you want to donate something to somebody else, you put it on the desk and people can come by and pick it up. So I got that, as well as, I think you saw in the other cabinet, it was some electrolyte drink for the kids as well, which that came from the desk as well. Okay, so our snack cabinet, we still have our stockpile of ramen. It's dwindled, but we just don't eat a lot of it. That's a tomato juice, sorry, a friend gave me. Still have tons and tons of mac and cheese. We don't eat a lot of it, but we have it. Lots of peanut butter, because we're on WIC. We actually still have a stockpile of tuna from WIC as well. Snacks, we really don't have anything. That's actually what's up there, but we have, that's a can. That's there. Marshmallows. It's not organized, as you can tell. Marshmallows, dried cherries and figs, and popcorn, and that's pretty much it. Baking stuff is up there. I don't have the flour up there because it's in the fridge. I got given a crazy amount of flour, so It's mostly just sugar. I did buy another thing of sugar when I went to the store this last time because we were making muffins. We used them all up. So I'm completely out of brown sugar, but I did buy some more regular sugar. And then this cabinet up here, I'll just kind of let you sneak up, peek in here. We just have a little bit up there. It's just corn and green beans, tomato soup, and tomato sauce. So my kids like destroyed this cabinet here, but there's my cereal cabinet. It's dwindling because I didn't pick up the Wick cereal this month, actually, because we just get so much of it that I didn't bother because we had a bunch. So and we did eat a lot of cereal actually in this. This was my first freezer. As you can see, it's still pretty full, surprisingly. This is where I keep like my frozen veggies, frozen fruits, and we make muffins and stuff. And then over here I keep like my breakfast breads, bagels, and there's also some frozen strawberries and bananas from whenever I got given all of that still. So, oh, and my mom my mom likes to give me stuff, but she gave me this goat milk coffee flavored ice cream. So that's kind of fun. And just random, there's my free ice cream that we got that one day. And random popsicles, which my kids have been eating up the popsicles. My fridge, main fridge, it's actually not too empty. This is all our leftovers, which we're gonna eat up hopefully tonight for supper. Of course, we have a big thing of butter, which I bought when I went. We do use Country Crock because my son is allergic to dairy. That's why we don't use actual dairy butter. But this is dairy free and it's cheaper than the, healthier, I guess, one. We're pretty low on cheese. We get that on Wick. We are completely out of meat and stuff because we don't get that on Wick. So that tub is completely empty. We have a little bit of tortillas, but we're going to use those tonight. And that's like my almond flour and stuff. The bottom, of course, has our milk, which is almost gone. And sorry, my camera's not very good. We have of course, the cucumbers and tomatoes, and I'm really sorry, it's really dirty. And we have a head of lettuce that we're still working on, as well as some almond milk. Tons of condiments. It's absolutely ridiculous how many condiments we have. Plus, we were just given a bunch. Okay, here's the flash of, I did go grocery shopping for my trip yesterday, so. Look at my table full of convenience foods. And ice. I took it out of the freezer, so it's not packing the freezer full, but I'm gonna put it back in there. Okay, I'll show you the freezer first. This was my meat freezer. We do still have quite a bit of meat. We have some beef steaks here, some little frozen burritos back there. We have, that's not actually meat, that's the bone from the ham. My mom likes to give it to her dog. So, or I might make soup with it, or bone broth, I haven't decided, but it's there. There's a pork roast here, there's a ham there, and there's some leftover soup. This was a freezer meal I made. It's a pasta, veggie lovers baked ziti, pretty yummy. Some chicken, this is actually chicken wings and chicken tenderloins that I'm gonna make barbecue wings or hot wings with. These were ribs that we smoked and then froze. Oh, that's my last pound of ground beef that I pre-cooked. I have 1 pound left of that. A bunch of hot dogs that were in the fridge but now are in the freezer because they're about to expire. Some rolls of ground turkey. And way back there is some egg rolls and some bacon, some more hot dogs. So we have quite a bit. I mean, it'd get us through a couple of weeks at least. And then, of course, this whole section is breast milk because I'm breastfeeding my baby. And we have some orange juice from Wick. Little thing of hot dogs. Lots of hot dogs. That's because Winco had them on sale for 25 cents a package. So that's why we have that many hot dogs. We don't always eat hot dogs, but they're there, because they were cheap. And then this was the flour, like literally all that on the top shelf is flour. And then we have 1 bag of potatoes, and over here we have 3 juices that we get from Wick. So that is what we have left, and I am surprised because our family has literally spent about $85 on groceries, maybe a little less, I don't remember exactly, because I didn't add it all up last week, but I know I was under budget by at least $15 when all was said and done, which I planned on going ahead and shopping again after I did that shop, but I just didn't need it, so I didn't. Okay, so now I will tell you what we have eaten the last 2 weeks. Okay, so starting on Monday, this was the week before last. Monday for breakfast we had omelets, lunch was mac and cheese and hot dogs and green beans, dinner was hamburgers and fries and baked beans. Snack we had fruit and popsicles. I actually did not write down what we did on Tuesday, and so when I went back I could not remember what we had eaten. I don't know if you guys are like that, but I am. So I don't remember what we ate on Tuesday. I don't remember. Wednesday, I don't remember what we had for breakfast, but for lunch we had frozen burritos, and for supper we had potato soup. I totally forgot to write all this down until a whole week had passed. So then I was trying to remember. So that's why some of them is blank. Thursday we had cereal, quesadillas, and homemade pizza. Friday we had eggs and yogurt for breakfast, leftover pizza for lunch, tuna helper for dinner. Snacks on these days is just like fruit and popsicles, I think. Saturday was me and my husband's anniversary. We did make omelets at home for breakfast, and then me and my husband ate out that whole day. And the kids went to my in-laws' house, and she fed them and just whatever she had at the house. So we didn't actually pay for their food that day, so that was kind of nice. Sunday we had muffins and eggs for breakfast. Lunch was leftover tuna helper, and then I think dinner was probably cereal because that's what we do every Sunday night. Monday we did egg, sausage, and yogurt. Lunch was grilled ham and cheese because we had made a ham in the crock pot that day, so I just shaved some of it off and made grilled cheese sandwiches out of it. And then we had some of that tomato soup that I have. For dinner, of course, was ham, mashed potatoes, and corn on the cob. For snack, fruit and popsicles. Okay, Tuesday we had cereal for breakfast, leftover ham for lunch, and I made a ham and potato and veggie casserole where I cooked up cauliflower and I cut up some potatoes and some ham and some veggies, green beans, and mixed it all together and baked it in the oven and then put cheese over the top. Of course, I took some out for my son who's allergic to cheese, and then I put cheese over the top. It was really good. For lunch, we had fruit and popsicles. Wednesday, we had eggs and sausage and bagels. Lunch was cereal and leftovers. We did a lot of cereal, I told you. Dinner, we had chicken salad with grapes. And I made homemade bread because we didn't have any bread. I could have got bread when I went to the store, but I forgot. So I did get bread this last time, though, but now we're going to have to put it in the freezer because we're leaving. But that'll be okay. And then I made up some chocolate chip cookies with all that flour, so we had some other kind of snack to have. So I made those up that day, and we had snacks. Had that for snack. Thursday we had eggs, sausage, and bagels. Lunch was mac and cheese and hot dogs and salad. And then dinner was spaghetti and salad. And then chocolate chip cookies and fruit for snack. Friday we had cereal for breakfast, leftovers for lunch, hamburgers and fries, which I made homemade, and salad for dinner, fruit and cookies and popsicles for snack. And then this Saturday, we had egg, sausage, and fried potatoes. It was really yummy. Cereal and leftovers for lunch. We ate a lot of leftovers because we were doing a freezer challenge. Dinner, we had chili rellenos, which I had frozen in the freezer, and quesadillas, rice, and beans, which I used I made the quesadillas out of the leftover salsa chicken I had a few weeks back. So whenever we were finished with the salsa chicken, I split it up into 2 containers and put it in the freezer, and that made 2 more meals actually, because it made 2 more meals of quesadillas. And the chicken for that goes a really long way, which actually made more than that because it made 1 meal, and then we're actually going to eat it again tonight. 1 more quesadillas, so it makes a lot. Sunday, which was yesterday, we had muffins and eggs for breakfast, meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and corn for supper, and cereal and leftovers for supper after church. Sorry, the other one was lunch. Cookies for snack. And I went to the store. And then today we had scrambled eggs with sausage mixed together with cheese on top, canned peaches, and peach yogurt from Wake. And then for lunch we had leftovers. And for dinner we're going to have leftovers because we have a lot of leftovers still. And then for snack we've been munching on cookies. I haven't. The kids have. I'm trying to watch my weight, so I'm not eating cookies. But the kids are eating cookies. I had made myself some lactation cookies whenever I made the kids cookies, which mine was sugar-free with pure, and then oats and flaxseed and some Lily's chocolate chips. So they were pretty healthy. But the kids, of course, just original. My husband doesn't like pure, so I don't make his with pure. I just make his with the, we used like the sugar in the raw, the not bleached sugar, like the brown, healthier stuff, but the cheap version that you can get at Aldi. Anyways, we use that. So that is how it went, and I hope you guys continue to watch my videos. If you like this, give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends. And if you are interested in seeing how next month goes with us trying to spend $200, please let me know in the comments if that's something you want to see. And if you are interested, please share with your friends. I'm really interested to see how this will go and whether or not we can stick with it. So thank you for watching. Bye.